Alright, so today we're going to break down a sea bass to get the most yield as possible out of this fish. First thing I want to do is break down the sides of the bass so that when you run your knife through the bottom, you're not going to come up and cut off any of this skin here. The good thing about when you're taking the skin off of this sea bass is the skin is very tough. Therefore, it's pretty easy to cut the skin off without breaking through it, as long as you do it carefully and properly. What I'm doing here is breaking down the sides of the fish, and as you can see, I can run my fingers in here and try to get into the groove, the skin it a little bit more. Unlike a salmon where you come all the way across the bottom, I'm going to come through the sides. What I'm doing here is I'm putting force down the tip of the knife. You see how the knife bends up because I'm putting the force down through the tip. And I'm coming across. I'm going to do this till about all the way half through. Work my way around the fish. Again, working my way all the way through there. Only once I get the sides worked out, I come back like you would skin a normal fish and come out right through the bottom. And again, I'm putting pressure on the front of the knife. To get that skin close as possible. Alright, now I want to take the scales, just make sure I get the scales off my board, because we don't want that getting on our fresh clean fish. Nice clean towel, wipe off our board, make sure it's nice and clean. See if any debris that might stick to the bottom of this fish. Now, here's where I see a lot of people have problems, is how do you break this down correctly to get a perfect yield from here anyway. And I'm going to take the bottom tail off for a 6-inch cut. Perfect. Then I'm going to come right down the middle with this fish. And then you'll see that a lot of the times you're going to have a cartilage that runs right through the top, and then the bones run right through, down through the middle here. This one's not too bad. You'll still notice that some of them are worse than others when it comes to this. I'm just coming across, I'm getting that tip off. When you get more to the top of the fish, you're going to see that the bone runs all the way down through the fish. I'm going to get that out. And then you'll see here there's bones that go all the way through this fish here. Put it in my little scrap pile. And right now what I'm doing is peeling for any extra bone that might be there. Little bone right here, get that out of there. Alright, now, how I would break this fish down from here is like so. I'm going to take an 6-ounce cut from the tail. Perfect. And then I'm going to try to get a 12-ounce cut. When it starts to get more thick through here, right through this area, right to about here. What I'll do is take a 12-ounce cut. Perfect. And I'm going to come across and cut this in half. Giving myself 2 great 6-ounce cuts right there. Now when I start getting into this area, what I'm going to do is now start filleting or cutting fillets out of this fish. Obviously making it thin at the top, and as you go down the fish, your pieces will get thicker and thicker as your fish gets skinnier and skinnier. So I'm not sawing the fish. I don't want to tear this flesh. I want to try to make it as smooth and clean as cut as possible, so I'm going to start front and just move my knife back. Boom. We're not tearing the fish. We're not making it rough. We're making a nice, smooth fillet cut. If you do that all the way through your fish, you're going to yield, you see, I mean, this is the scrap I have minus the skin. I think you'll find that you'll get the best yield out of your bass if you cut it in this manner.